What's up everybody, Jay here and welcome back to the Planted Tank, and today I'm just going to be giving you guys a brief guide to planted tanks for beginners. So first things first, I'm only going to be mainly talking about low-tech tanks. So most beginners start off with low-tech aquariums. Most people don't just hop right into a really high-end system with CO2 and stuff. So for low-tech, I like to run medium light on my low-tech tanks, low to medium light, right in between there, and you should be good to go. I usually keep my light on for 8 hours, and to be honest, I think the 8 hours is plenty enough in the beginning stages, but when it comes down to it, we want to see our tanks for usually a lot longer than 8 hours. So if you can bump it up to 12 hours, just keep an eye on your algae and stuff. Next is substrate and fertilizer. So you really want to figure out, before you even set your tank up, you want to do a lot of research on substrate. What I recommend is aqua It's tried and true, tested and proven, and it really benefits your plants and your fish and shrimp as well. It's really awesome stuff. So if you are afraid of trying aqua because of the myth that people say you have to like rescape your whole tank after a year or whatever, that's actually not true. Another thing that is not true is people say it is messy. The only time that it is actually messy is if you get in there and stir that stuff up big time. But I mean, if you're just pulling a couple plants out here and there or moving a rock from one side to the other, you should be fine. I don't really have any issues with dustiness. I did with the 88 aqua soil though, so that's your pick, but I use fluval stratum. I have really good results with it. It keeps my pH at about 6.8. That's stable too. So next is plant selection. You really want to do a lot of research when it comes to knowing what kind of plants you're going to put in your aquarium. A good website to see if plants are capable of being in your system is boostplant.com. They have a whole bunch of information on each plant that they sell. So just go to boostplant.com. Look around for some plants. They got a whole beginner section. It's huge. It goes on for days. So you really got to focus on fast growers for a beginner. So next, you want to design your layout. So this is completely up to you. You can put a huge slope in there with some hills or some stones and some driftwood and stuff like that. Make it look good to you. If it doesn't look good to you, what's the point in doing it? So next is cycling. Now, when I go to cycle an aquarium, I don't. Now, what I mean by that is usually when I set up a planted tank, I start off with a lot of plants. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure ammonia is the preferred source of nitrogen for aquatic plants. I've heard George Farmer say this. I've heard a lot of different people say that. So, but if you are worried about it, just do a lot of water changes in the beginning if you need to add your fish straight away. That's what I do. I just do a lot of water changes and keep that ammonia level down until the tank is cycled and matured. Next is maintenance and water changes. Now, after you set up your planted tank, your first couple weeks, you're going to want to do at least 2 50% water changes per week for the first 2 weeks. You really want to keep those nutrient levels down, and you want the plants to really feed off that aqua soil, and you want to keep the nutrients in the water column down as well. Now, when I first set up a tank, I don't use liquid fertilizer until after the first 2 weeks, and then I slowly dose every day. And for my liquid fertilizer, I've been getting a lot of questions about that here recently. I like to use Neloc G Thrive. It's really good stuff, super potent. I actually don't use the pumper that it comes with. Each dose, or each pump, is 2 milliliters per 10 gallons. So what I do is I just take a little pipette and dose each one of my tanks every day with just a little bit. So it's not a full dose, but your plants are still being fed every single day, and they never have to go without nutrients. So that's the goal. You want really strong plant growth. to avoid getting algae. And in the beginning stages, a lot of people freak out about diatoms, which is like a really brown, like powder algae kind of. It's a film algae, but a lot of beginners freak out about this stuff. It can last for several months. A lot of people think it won't go away, but trust me, just give it some time and patience and try to clean it up as much as you can with water changes and stuff, and I promise you it will go away. If you have algae problems in a newly set up tank, just go to your local fish store and buy the fastest growers that you can possibly find that goes well with your setup. That will give you the greatest chances of success for a beginner. So that's really what I follow. When I set up a tank, I make sure I have good substrate. You can do it with gravel and stuff, but trust me, I promise you, you will not see the same amount of growth unless you use aqua soil. So the stuff just grows plants like crazy. It really does help out big time. It is definitely worth the investment. So just save your money if you're running a little low. If you're doing a budget setup, just save your money for some good aqua soil. So that's pretty much all I got for a low-tech tank. You really don't really have to do much in order to have success. You just want to start off with a lot of plants if you can. The more you start off with, the better off you're going to be. So you really want the plants to do the bulk of the work, especially when it comes to filtration and stuff like that. So anyways, hopefully you guys learned something from this video. If you are a beginner and you learned anything from this video, please leave me a comment down in the comment section and let me know. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you never miss an upload. And if you like this video, hit the like button. And as always, keep it planted.